Kapil Sibal continues politics over Pegasus. He says a Supreme Court appointed committee observed that the government refused to cooperate in the probe. 5 of the 29 phones were infected with some malware. Often non-cooperation is evidence of guilt. Time for government to come clean. All right, so this is the latest coming in from Kapil Sibal. Let's go across to my colleague Pallavi Ghosh for more on this. Very good morning, Pallavi. Now, the union government, their spokespersons are saying that it was an observation by the Supreme Court that since it was just an observation and the Supreme Court has not really wrapped the union government, it doesn't mean that they didn't comply with the probe. And the BJP are basically saying that, semantically, non-cooperation means perhaps we didn't provide the assistance at the level required. But now Kapil Sibal saying that non-cooperation is evidence of guilt. So there's an interpretation of this observation being done as per their convenience by both parties.
Well, also let's not forget Kapil Sibal is himself an advocate. He's a lawyer, and he's also one of the persons who's arguing the case. And he's certainly going to put forward this argument, which he's tweeted out when this hearing is going on, to make the point that if the government has been pulled up in a sense by the Supreme Court, or even if it's an observation that it has not cooperated on a manner, which means that the entire evidence has not been put forward correctly, and that itself can be used as evidence against the government. And I think that Kapil Sibal is making that larger point. And yesterday also, when we saw the reactions coming in, the Congress party, of course, refusing to budge, not accepting the strong points coming in from the BJP, and countering by saying that if the government has not cooperated, how can we even believe the kind of data that they put out is actually relevant and real?
All right, Pallavi, do stay with us. We're also joined by Shehzad Poonawalla of the BJP. Very good morning to you, Shehzad. Now, I want to come to the term that was used in that observation. They noted that the union government did not cooperate. You're saying that you didn't assist at the level perhaps that they wanted you to. But the clear word is did not cooperate. I'm sure if you did not assist, enthusiastically, they would have noted that. This kind of, would you agree that this is stonewalling from the government that took place?
No observation can be contrary to the final finding of the Supreme Court. And the final finding of the Supreme Court and its technical committee was that there was no proof of Pegasus in 29 phones, and 5 phones had some sort of malware, but that was not Pegasus. And therefore, the final finding can't be in contravention to the observation. Now, my limited point is that when the verdict came out on Rafale, Rahul Gandhi continues to echo a line that Rafale mein chori hua hai. When the verdict came out on Central Vista, their ecosystem continues to say that there is something wrong in Central Vista. Now, when the verdict has come out on Pegasus, they continue to say that something is wrong in Pegasus. So, this is the standard operating procedure. Actually, the malware problem lies with the certain opposition ecosystem that they, for the sake of undermining India, they can go to any extent. And therefore, this was their use to target India, Indian democracy, to label everything as wrong in Indian democracy. And therefore, this malware of India Virod has to stop. This malware of selective and conditional commitment to the Supreme Court, that when I get a favorable order, I will accept the Supreme Court. When I don't get a favorable order, I'll start doubting the Supreme Court. This malware has to be replaced or has to be changed. Unfortunately, that is the malware that is affecting them.
But Shehzad, Kapil Sibal, who is a renowned lawyer and has, scores of legal experience, has said that non-cooperation is evidence of guilt. How do you respond to that?
See, Mr. Sibal is a seasoned lawyer. He knows that if the observation, what he's saying, if it was indeed so, the court would have come to the conclusion that 29 phones, it is inconclusive. 29 phones, we can't say for sure whether there is Pegasus or not. The Supreme Court has categorically said there is no Pegasus. The technical committee has categorically said there is no Pegasus. So as far as the technical committee is concerned, the compliance of whatever is needed was there. So now to use one particular observation in your opinion and to undermine the judgment of the Supreme Court is only being done because they have wasted 225 crores of public taxpayer money by hijacking Parliament on this issue. Instead of apologizing to the people of India, instead of apologizing for the propaganda they did on Pegasus, Rahul Gandhi had said that har yuva ke phone mein Pegasus hai. They could not show one phone out of those 29 phones which had Pegasus. So, instead of apologizing now, they want to continue to save their face by putting out a new set of lies and by changing the goalpost yet again. It would be in order if Mr. Kapil Sibal and his entire ecosystem actually come out and apologize for spreading propaganda. By the way, the UPA scanned 9,000 phones and 500 emails per month while they were in power. They imposed emergency. They curtailed the right to freedom of speech, right to freedom of privacy, right to freedom of expression in life. So they are the last ones.
Shehzad, we
should
can't
be
keep
lecturing.
going back to the emergency, but I take your point. Shehzad, we can't keep going back to that, but I do take your point. All right. So that was Shehzad Poonawalla of the BJP responding to Kapil Sibal's latest tweet.